Hey, hi, hello. Guess who I brought out of storage? That is right, people. I'm going on another weekend trip, this time to, drumroll please, Switzerland. Yes, you heard that correctly. I'm going all the way to Switzerland for 2 days. Now, listen, I would love to sit and chat and talk all about it, but I am a little busy at the moment, and if I do not hurry up, I will miss my flight. So if you don't mind, please go away. Here now in Montreal's Air Canada Maple Leaf Lounge, because I'm sick like that. You're probably thinking there's no actual way you're going to Switzerland for a weekend. Well, I am. I flew from Chicago to Montreal this morning, fly to Zurich at 4:30 p.m. this afternoon, get to Zurich 6:45 a.m. on Friday, leave to come home to Chicago, 1 o'clock Sunday, land at 4:30, back to work on Monday, on the ground for literally 48 hours. Why am I doing this? Because I have a serious problem of looking at flights for fun. And sometimes when you do that, I'm sure people can relate to this, you just impulsively book a round trip business class redemption ticket to Switzerland for 2 days. I mean, it's not people, that's what people do, right? All right, now, in all seriousness, is this outlandish? Maybe, but judge me if you want. I'm sitting in public, literally talking to my camera while multiple people look at me and judge my entire existence. So your internet judgments are not going to damage my self-esteem or self-confidence more than already has been done today. So I decided that I had enough judgment for one day, so I made my way over to my own private cubby where nobody could disturb me. After some plane spotting and enjoying a crisp Molson Canadian and some classic poutine, it was time to make my way over to the gate and onto the plane. Now, I initially had some big plans on filming on this flight, but unfortunately, the seat, as amazing as it was just not entirely conducive to filming. Here's me testing out what I believe to be a good angle, and yeah, as you can see, it wasn't. But I can show you the food, at least. I ate like a king on this flight. Started off with some heirloom carrots and feta, a beef tenderloin as the main course, and finished with a caramel mousse and, of course, some Swiss chocolate. A quick lavatory clothing change, and it was time to recline that sucker into a bed and catch some sleep before our arrival in Zurich. Upon arrival into Zurich, I made my way straight to the Swiss Arrivals Lounge, where they have private shower rooms available for arriving business class passengers. By the way, peep today's fit. I went for the European look, because, you know why. Had myself a nice refreshing glass of sparkling water, and finally made my way to the hotel. All right, I know what you're thinking. Did you really go out of your way to shower at the airport when you could have just done it when you got to your hotel room? Yes. Yes. The answer is yes, I did. And objectively, this bathroom is much smaller than the shower room at the airport, so I stand by my decision. Anyways, to reveal the reason why I came... Hold on, I'm taking this off. Okay, to reveal the reason why I came to Switzerland specifically was to see Christmas markets. In all of my travels, I've actually never been to Europe during Christmas time, and I've always wanted to see a European Christmas market, so that's why I'm here. I'll be here in Zurich tonight, and then I'm going to be taking a morning train to Basel, which is about an hour northwest of here, to check out the markets there. The main Basel market is actually regarded by many as the best in Switzerland, and one of the best on the whole continent, so definitely excited for that. It's currently snowing. It's the perfect white light dusting of snow, and it's supposed to snow all day, which is great for the vibes, not so much for the camera, but we'll figure out a way. I mean, they didn't call me Jake Jones Vlogs in my heyday for nothing. After a late lunch, the sun set rather quickly, and I made my way down to Bahnhofstrasse, the main street that runs through Zurich. The Christmas spirit was not hard to find at all, and I quickly stumbled upon my first market. They dubbed this one the Singing Christmas Tree Market, as they have this giant multi-leveled stage that is supposed to resemble a Christmas tree that has kids on it singing Christmas carols. There's also a market inside Zurich's main train station, which was so crowded. The centerpiece here is a giant actual tree right in the middle, and it has plenty of craft and food vendors. I got some bitterballen from this Dutch one, and even entertainment for the kids. And while I could have stayed here until the sun came up again, my body clock was catching up to me, and I headed back to the hotel for the night. Good Saturday morning, good snowy Saturday morning to everybody. It's snowing You can't see. I'm looking at the window. I just walked right past the camera. It looks like a snow globe outside. Anyways, excuse this mess. I am packing. We leave for Basel. I leave for Basel this morning. The cool thing about Switzerland and their train system, point A to point B, the price of that ticket is a flat rate. So you buy the ticket, and then you can use that ticket on any train you want all day. So I don't know when I'm going to leave. So whenever I get done packing, I don't have to rush, which is great. By the way, I slept for 11 hours last night. I went to bed at like 9:15, I probably fell asleep. Set my alarm for 8, thinking there's no way I'm sleeping for 11 hours. Well, I did. I slept for 11 hours. Honestly, it feels kind of good. I was exhausted last night. So anyways, yeah, let's go. It's time to go. Call me crazy if you haven't already at this point in the video, but this train ride was actually one of the things I was most looking forward to on this trip. While I've never done this specific route before, you'd be pretty hard-pressed to find any Swiss train journey that isn't jaw-dropping. A short hour later, I arrived in Basel and made my way to the hotel to come up with my game plan for the rest of the day. Made it now to the hotel in Basel. It's pretty cheeky, isn't it? Anyways, one thing I did not know when I made this hotel reservation is that with it, I received a free Basel card, which basically gives me free public transportation. Right now I'm looking at the route map for the public transportation because if I don't have to walk, I'm not going to. First things first, I am looking to get some food because your boy's hungry, and then off to the markets. The only problem with this plan though is it involves me getting up. Like the entire plan revolves around the fact that I will get up off of this chair, and I just don't want to do that. So I'm kind of rethinking that plan. Okay, I'm getting up and taking this thing off me. Now, unfortunately, the restaurant I was going to go to had over an hour wait, so in retrospect, maybe rethinking the plan wasn't a bad idea after all. But no, I decided to wing it and head up to the market. I figured I could scrounge for some food while I was up there, and yeah, that was the right call. I indulged in some classic Swiss potato pancakes with applesauce and a glue wine while soaking in every second of this fairy tale scene.
From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are.
And as the sun set on this day and on this weekend, the lights of the final market gave me one last jolt of Christmas nostalgia.
Your faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more.
I would be remiss not to include a candid version of this, because it's what I do a lot when I'm alone, is just sit and think. The only other time I was on a trip by myself, I tried to ingrain in my head the idea that being alone and being lonely don't have to be synonymous terms. And while there was a period of time after that trip where I could separate those two, to be honest, it's something that I've really been struggling with the latter half of this year. Being alone is easy when you choose to be alone, like going on a trip to Switzerland all by yourself. For me though, it's the times when I'm alone and it's not by choice where that struggle really begins to come to the surface. My mind marinates and swims in thoughts about why I'm alone. For example, something I've really been struggling with is dating and finding sustained intimacy with a partner. It's just I'm at an age now where a lot of my close friends and just people I know in general are getting engaged and getting married. You know, just continuously being reminded that I don't have that. I have friendships I feel like are fading. Once very close friendships that just aren't what they used to be. And the close friendships I do have are primarily with people that don't live anywhere close to me, so I never really get to experience those friendships in person very often. These are the things that build
and build in my head when I'm by myself, especially when it's not by choice. But at the same time, I'm such a big proponent in searching for silver linings, and something I've begun to understand when these feelings take control is that there truly is beauty in the struggle. Learning that it's okay to be sad about these things has allowed me to understand my emotions on a whole different level within myself, and understand and learn what I want and what I need in these areas of my life where I feel like I have voids. With this buildup of sadness comes an urge to release those emotions. Doing things like journaling and just talking about it. I'm actually going to my first therapy session when I get back from Switzerland, and I'm looking forward to it. Just finding new means to help me understand the why and not just the what, which is done by tapping into those emotions. So yeah, I'm pretty sad about this stuff, but accepting that and not suppressing that is so important, and not being afraid and not being embarrassed that I feel this way. And I hope that if this message falls on ears that are going through a similar struggle as I am, just know that you truly aren't alone. Now I should probably stop talking before I start crying in public.
And so this adventure comes full circle, ending just how it started. Alone. But I return with a better understanding of myself. And listen, I do have the wherewithal to understand that these feelings come and these feelings go. Just like waves experience changing of the tides. We may be stuck in low tide now, but high tide will return again. It always does. I know I'll see my best friends again soon. I know I'll continue to develop new friendships. And I know I will one day find that love I've been looking for. But until those days arrive, the battle goes on. One of staying steadfast and continuing to search for that light within the dark.
I saw a smile.